Welcome to yet another video, and here we're going to discuss really quickly the difference between transcluded and forked remixes. So this is really important to know, and you really needed to know this. So I'm making a whole video on this. It's going to be short-ish, but you need to know this. It's very key to when you're remixing books. So when you go in Remixer, again, it's going to do this whole thing where it takes a little while to load. Of course, Remixer works best on Chrome, though the rest of the libraries are available on all the browsers. So, once you go on here, it's going to give you options, and this is going to be entirely dependent on what you want to do. So, Transcluded. This is what you most likely want to do, but everyone's different, so I'm just going to explain. Transcluded is basically a copy, a live living copy of the main page. Now, what does that mean? I understand that can be a little confusing, so please allow me to explain. I'm going to go into this. I'm in the Humanity page. I'm going into a book called Introduction, Art Design, Context Meeting. So let's go to what is art. Under what is art, going into what is visual art. Okay, it's this page. It says, what is visual art? Now, you should not be allowed the ability to edit any of this. I can just because of my specific permissions, but I'm not going to. And if you have the ability, you have the ability to edit the main pages of books that have already been uploaded. Well, it has been advised, and I quote, you should probably back away slowly and send an email to the support team, and that would be info@libretext.org. You could probably find this on the website. It's just info at, as in the at symbol, ampersand, libretext, plural, something, .org. Ask them what they deal with that, because you probably shouldn't be allowed to edit the main books. Anyway, when this book is edited, however, by people who are qualified for updating parts of the text, to include a version that has been updated. I'm using that word a lot, but that's the whole point, updated. When this book is updated, if this page or section, whatever it is in your remixed book, it will be updated as well. So it's kind of like when you have a phone, and a server sends out an update to your phone or device. It's an update, it's a new version. It's basically sending out a version to a receiver, and your book is the receiver, and is updating itself so everything is accurate every time they edit it for the new updates. For most people who are mixing, you're going to want to do this because you're going to be able to get the new updates really easy, and you're not going to have to put the work in yourself changing things around when new studies come out or whatever it is that was included in that part of the book. So it's recommended, as it states now. The second option, this is probably for those of you who are going to become more prevalent on these videos, forking. So it does give a little description here. It says, in copy fork mode, pages will be duplicated from the source. This allows for customization, but means that the page won't automatically update from the source. Okay, so what this means, my bad. This means that instead of copying directly and being a live text, or being like live text, as in it won't immediately change when the main changes, when the main is changed. this will act as simply a, it's basically like set in stone. It won't change. It is exactly as it is when you added it. Again, it will not change. It's like set in stone. The second you add it to your book, it will not change from what it was. So whereas Transcluded is live, and it will change to match whatever the primary book is. So the primary book is updated. Your Transcluded pages will be updated. Forked will be whatever it was when you added that page in. So for example, just months later, if you put in a page in August, forked page is not going to change when an update to the main book happens in October. Nothing will happen. Your page will stay the same. It will stay what it was when you first added it. What I'm trying to say, I'm really trying to place emphasis on this. It's been really confusing to some people. So again, I want to explain that one more time. Just to go over. Transcluded, it's live. It is connected to the primary page, and it will change as soon as the main page changes. It'll mirror it, basically. Forked is set in stone. It is whatever it was when you first added it. And if you want to change it, you have to change it yourself. So you may be asking, well, what then is the purpose of a forked page? The purpose of a forked page is to have the ability to heavily edit the text without worry of changing anything connected to it. To the original text, that is. Such. If you've transcluded a page, it's always going to want to look like the original. So if you try changing anything, you're probably just going to get yourself into trouble. But if you have a copy forked page, we don't need to worry about editing the original. Because it's kind of like you took a snapshot of the original and put it aside and scribbled some notes on it. Again, it's basically the same as if you were to get a textbook and give your students a new textbook every week, every time the text was updated, and the difference between photocopying it and giving them it with notes on it. So if you want to include other things as also open resources, and you can see that the license allows for it, then yes, you can include it in here. It allows you to edit the pages more freely. And again, that is for those who want to be more creative and don't really care about it being constantly updated. You want it exactly as it is. You want it to stay that way, and you want to change it whenever you want. This is if you just want them to be able to read the original text and have it updated. So as the explanation for Transcluded and Forked. Please excuse me if I was a little drawn out, but I've had question after question after question about this, and I'm hoping by going over it over and over again, kind of offering a slew of different analogies, it will kind of take root in some people's minds and they'll understand the difference.